So guys, today what we'll be working on is how to figure out linear equations not in one form, but in any form. So guys, there's three forms that we can use. We're going to be focusing on the two easiest forms. The two easiest forms to use that you should have in your journal is y equals mx plus b. That's one of the forms, which is slope-intercept form, where all you need is to find the slope, and all you need is to find the y-intercept. Okay, so that's one of the forms. The other form that you need to know how to utilize and how to use is what's called point-slope form. So everybody right here in your journal, make sure you write slope-intercept, and right here I want you to write point-slope form. Y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. These are the two forms that we are going to focus on utilizing today. I'm not going to type anything in the standard form, okay? I'm just going to be focusing on slope-intercept form and point-slope form. Why? Because both of these have something right here that makes it very easy to use. The m value, which represents slope. All right? So make sure you have these two forms in your journal. Now, what I want you to do today is I do not want you to draw this graph in your journal. Don't draw the graph, all right? That takes too long. All I want you to do is look at this page and interpret the two ordered pairs. So you need to make a table. So step one, when you're solving these problems, step one, I always want you, every single problem, make a table. So for those of you who want words on instructions, write down one, make a table. And you guys are going to make a table with me on this problem. All we have to do is literally interpret this ordered pair and interpret this ordered pair. Does anybody in my class who's here live want to give me the coordinates for this guy right here? Go ahead, sir. 2 is correct. You got it. 2, negative 3 is correct for this ordered pair right there. 2, negative 3. Anybody else in the class want to take a challenge at this one? Go ahead. What are we at right? Good. Negative 2. Negative 6. Very good. So when you guys are doing this first, the very first thing I want you to do is do what? Make a table. The next thing I want you to do, all right, is I want you to write y1 tilde mx1 plus b. y1 tilde mx1 plus b, because what are you allowed to use to help you find slopes and y-intercept? Desmos. Okay? Now I'm going to show you guys what the answer is going to be if you typed it in slope-intercept form, but we're also going to show you a by hand method how you can do it without having to use Desmos. So this is negative 2, negative 6. So let's go over here to Desmos. So right here, everybody go to Desmos, hit the plus sign. We're going to make a table. So right now, make a table in Desmos with me. What are the ordered pairs that we are going to need once again? 2, negative 3. So type in a 2 and a negative 3. And what else are we going to have to use? A negative 2 and a negative 6. There we go. So right now, when you guys type it in, you can clearly see in Desmos, it tells you where those ordered pairs are and whether you did it correctly or, yeah. So you can see, oh, yep, we got them. That's correct. Now, the next thing we're going to do is do y1 tilde, oh, not factorial, tilde mx1 plus b. Does everybody see the m value right here and the b value right there? So I'm going to take a screenshot of this. So in your journal, if you would please, in your journal, write down we have an m value, which is the slope of 0.75, and we have a y-intercept right here of negative 4.5. Now, this is called a discrete decimal. And this is also called a discrete decimal. A discrete decimal is something that's not continuous. So the Khan Academy will accept this as your answer. You could literally type in 0.75x minus 4.5, and that technically is correct. So write this down. Now what we're going to do is we're going to convert it to a fraction. Here's another way you could write it in the Khan Academy, and they will accept it. This is what it would be like as a fraction and an improper fraction. Okay? So are both these acceptable? Absolutely. Now, how would I convert this if I didn't know how to convert it in my head? How would I convert this? You just type in what? 0.75, and you hit the little fraction right here, and it converts to what? 3/4. If I type in negative 4.5, hit the fraction. Right here, what happens? It converts it to negative 9/2. Okay? So what I'm saying is, you could type either of these in, and it works. So write that down in your journal. How would I do this by hand without using Desmos? Let me show you guys real quick. Can everybody see? I'm going to do this in orange here, okay? It's a good contrast with blue. How much does that go up, and how much does that go over? It goes up 3 and over 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can clearly see our slope is 3/4. So there's one of them. Remember how I told you guys there's more than one way to type it in? So right now I'm going to rewrite our answer choices. One answer choice that would work is 0.75x minus 4.5. The other answer choice that would work is 3/4 x minus 9/2. Here's the last answer that I'm going to choose. I am not going to use slope-intercept form. I'm going to use point-slope form. Do you guys see this point right here? You see that? I'm going to use that right in here. So I'm going to use the ordered pair 2, negative 3, and I'm going to use that as my x1 and that is my y1. So I'm going to put y minus my y1, which is negative 3, equals my slope, which we just found is 3/4. I'm going to put x minus my x1, which is a 2. This is how you could write it in point-slope form. But what is a negative times a negative? So here's your final, third, and last answer that I want you to understand. You could type in the Khan Academy, and it would accept it. And I'm going to actually type this one in because I think you guys would probably be most skeptical about this, and you probably understand that these work, but you probably don't understand that this works. Why does this work? Because it says I can do it in what? Any form. So here we go. I'm going to type that in right now. All right. So, oh, not there. Right here. Y plus 3 equals, what was our slope again? 3/4. And then I'm going to put x minus right there. Do you guys see how they accepted it? Okay. Now, I'm going to go back real quick. I'm going to hit it one more time because I want to make sure you guys understand that this is going to go a lot faster. Okay. I want you guys to understand what to do. So right now, all I want you to do is you don't have to write down a whole bunch. I just literally right now want you to start with step number 1. Step number 1. That's it. Step 1, I want you to make a table. All right? So if you're watching from home, make a table. It's not that hard. It really isn't. Just do it. All right? Now, we have to know how to make a table out of this ordered pair right here, and we have to know how to make a table out of this ordered pair right there. So just make a table. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm pausing it right now because I'm going to be asking my class to see if they know what these ordered pairs are, and I'll come back on the video in just a second. All right, so right now my students know the ordered pairs. They will either agree or disagree with whatever they say. So how about this one right here? What's that ordered pair? Do you guys agree or disagree? Agree. Very good. That's perfect. Excellent. Okay, how about this one right here? What do you think? Correct. 4 and a 6. So very good. This is 4 and a 6, and this was what? Negative 2 and... That's all you guys got to do. Check this out. Y1 tilde mx1 plus b. So now, I showed you guys how to do it by hand right now. So this is how I could do it by hand. You don't have to do this with me right now if you don't want to. I'm just going to show you guys how to do it by hand for who are wanting to know. I go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that's a 5. I go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so that's a 6. So I know my slope is 5 over 6. And what I'm going to do, you guys see this ordered pair right there? I'm going to use point slope form. That's y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. So if you wanted to use point slope form, this would be what I would do. Y minus my y1, which is 6, equals my slope, which is 5 over 6, x minus my x1, which is a 4. So what I want you guys to understand, that is an acceptable answer, but I'm not going to use that. What do I want you guys to be able to know how to do? Use what? Desmos right there. All right, so we're going to show you guys how to do this. So if I type that in, I'd get the answer right, but I'm going to actually type it in slope intercept form. So here we go. Let's go over to Desmos. So clear that out. Go over to Desmos. Right now I'm going to clear this out. I'm going to clear this out. I'm going to go up here. We got to type in different ordered pairs. I know one of the ordered pairs is a 4 and a 6. What was the other ordered pair? Was it negative 2 and a 1? Negative 2 and a 1. Now listen, this is where students mess up. They try to use this and this in the Khan Academy. And these are not discrete decimals. Can you guys please, in your journal right now, this is super important, in your journal, write that decimal down, write that decimal down, and these are called, please put it in your journal, these are called continuous decimals. Now the reason we can't use these, if you guys go back to the Khan Academy right now, does everybody see it says write an equation? Well, what kind of numbers are we supposed to use? Exact. Those aren't exact. Those are approximate values. So check this out. If you type in 0.83, do you see the fraction that comes up? But what we got to do is we got to keep typing it until it disappears. Now watch. Eventually it's going to, but then we got to keep going until it reappears. And that lets you know that, oh, it's now considered to be continuous. And what does it change it to? What did I tell you the slope was already? I told it was 5 over 6 from the previous, right there. See what I'm saying? All right, so right here, let's go back to, where's my page? Right here. How do I do the other one? I type in a what? 2.66. I keep going until it disappears. And then do what? Keep going. You're like, wait a second, why didn't you put a 7? Because what is this calculator actually doing up here? It's rounding it. Do not round it, just keep it going. Then, what fraction is that? Okay, guys, let me explain something right now. I want you to understand that this is the exact. So I want to make sure you understand in the Khan Academy, you better use 5 over 6x plus 8 over 3. The thing that frustrates me sometimes is I go over how to do this, and then a kid will type in these numbers, and like, I don't understand why I'm wrong. Because you didn't do what? You didn't change it to exact numbers. So watch this. I'm going to type this in, and you're going to see that I get it correct. All right? Y equals, what was our slope? 5 over 6. I'm going to scroll down so you can see it. 5 over 6 x plus, what was our fraction? 8 over what? 8 over 3. Got it. All right. Last one, and then I'm going to let you guys go ahead and work on this, okay? Last one. Want to make sure you guys know what to do. Now this one is actually super easy. Why is it super easy? Because they've already given us our y-intercept, okay? So make a table. Step one, I'm not going to write it. Make a table. I just want you to make a table. So make a table. So we got to find this ordered pair, and we got to find this ordered pair. Now I'm not going to type this one into Desmos. I'm just going to show you guys how to use the ordered pairs to find your slope and the y-intercept. All right. This ordered pair right here, everybody, is at a 0 and a -1. So I'm going to put 0 and a -1. This right here is at a 3, and right down there is at a -5. So it's 3 and a -5. Does everybody understand what this point right here represents in a linear function? Correct. That's our y-intercept. So if that's our y-intercept and y equals mx plus b, what do we already have? We already have our y-intercept. We already have the -1. So what's the only thing we got to find? Our slope. Can everybody see the slope right here? How much does it go down and how much does it go over? It goes down 1, 2, 3, 4. It goes over 1, 2, 3. So it goes down -4 and over. So what am I going to put right here for my slope? I'm going to put -4/3 x. And that's what I'm going to type into the Khan Academy. What happens when you do it in Desmos? 0, -1, 3, -5. I want you to see what happens. 0, -1, 3, -5. Does everybody see? Hold on, let me clear that out, clear that. You guys see that ugly fraction right there? So if you wanted to change that, you put -1 point, and now I'm good. All right, so I'm going to type that in, and we're going to call it a day for me. Now it's up to you to show me that you understand how to find your what? Slope and your y-intercept. You're trying to find the slope and the y-intercept. What's the easiest one to type in my personal opinion? Slope-intercept form, but you can use any form. You can use point-slope form if you want. So go ahead and work on that. Just remember, what's the first thing I want you to do when you're doing this? Make a table, then use Desmos, y1 tilde mx1 plus b. Type it in using keyword. Using what type of numbers? Exact numbers. Good luck.